Hi guys, thanks for joining me. If you're new here, my name's Amy and this is my channel based mainly around cross stitch, but I do talk about other crafts from time to time, mainly knitting. I'm going to be filming my Flosstube a little bit differently going forward. So what I would like to do is film more regularly and then sandwich all of the bits and pieces together at the end of the week. So today I have all of my threads here. Well, these are the ones that are bobbinated, and I also have a bag here of CXC. They're not bobbinated, and I mean, I don't know how many bobbins I have. I haven't opened this yet. So I have a pile sort of like this. So there's not masses. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say there's probably about 20 to 30. And what I thought I would do is basically try and bobbinate as many as possible that are missing from the box, if that makes sense. Have a little bit of a clear out. I've got things like pens in here. They don't need to be in here. I have a little D20 dice as well, because it was during lockdown, me and my mum, all of our project folders, we numbered from 1 to 20. We had 20 projects each. And every day we would roll this dice and then do the corresponding project. And I still do really love this idea. So I probably will keep this in here. I have a seam ripper thing. I mean, I probably will keep this in here for now. I have a very cute needle case. I can't remember the lady's name, but she used to sell a lot of needle minders on Facebook, and she was selling these. So obviously I will keep that in here. I have probably quite a few of these actually. Needle threaders. And then I also have, if I can find it, a little hummingbird one. And I mean, this one's quite good if you can see how, where's the camera? I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. You can see how fine the tip is. So this one's quite good if you're just trying to pull through one thread and you've got quite a fine needle. So obviously I will keep that in here. I've also got these bobbins, but they're not very practical. So what I tend to do is this is the light effects that I was using on tag-alongs on one of my Heaven and Earths. So what I'll try and do is keep these ones more for like specialist thread. I also have this is actually an earplug, but it doubles up as, what's it called? Like the wax, you can use the beeswax. However, God knows where it's gone, but I did have some of that as well. It's probably in with the project. I'm not so sure if I want to keep this or not. I don't ever use it, but for now it can stay in the box. I've got no idea what brand these are, but I have a few sort of like metallic, the lighting's gone weird, isn't it? A few metallic threads. I have a few 4150 or whatever DMC variegated threads as well. I'm not too sure how likely it is I'm going to ever use those, if I'm honest. And I've got, what's this called? Is this sulky slither or whatever it's called? This is typically used for gridding your fabric when you're doing a Heaven and Earth. I tried it once and I really didn't like it. But you never know when these come in handy. So I probably will keep this for now. And then some of the threads I've got are just out of order. So everything is in numerical order. And then I'm guessing the ones that are loose are just ones that I've been using and then I just threw back in the box. So the good thing about this box is it's double-sided, so you can see all the junk in in there. I'll flip it over and show you. So at the moment I've got Ecru Blank B5 200, and then it starts in the ones. So at the moment I've only got 1 to 4 bobinated, and then this side runs all the way up to 3000, basically 3022, and then the other side starts 3023 and currently runs, not counting the variegated ones, up to 3863, 3865. So there are loads missing, and I do believe that, I think my mum has literally every colour and she uses 2 of these, so I won't be purchasing another one for now. I think I've got plenty of space, and nor have I got the bobbins to really support it. So if anyone wants to buy one of these, this one was off Amazon and I'm sure it was only about £17, although I did buy it about 5 years ago. So CXC threads, I'm pretty sure I bought these from ObjectBook, who's on Etsy, I think. And if memory serves well, I think they're around £35, and they've served me so well over the years. There are some colours in here you do think, like, am I ever going to use these? My bag is so full because actually they're not just CXC threads now. I've got the, is it AMO? You've got the new numbers. So I've got, like, I can see number 7 here, for example. It doesn't say brand. But yeah, so, and then I've also got, what's it called? I want to say they're called Royal Broderies. I have got some of those in here as well. So yeah, what I'm going to probably do is just pull out a handful, go through that handful and just see if they're in my box. So let's start with that. So to start with, I can see I haven't got number 7, wherever that went. So that I will bobinate that. 550. So I have already got that one. Although it is interesting when you pull out, so that's going to be a DMC 550, I think. It might be CXC. And this is a Royal Broderie one. Sorry, the lighting's actually appalling. You can see that they're actually a really good match. When I hold them together, I can't actually see the difference. So there is part of me that's tempted to just put this one on this one. I genuinely can't see a difference, so I'm going to probably put that on this. So I'll start with that. What I have started doing as well for some of them, so I used to always write the number on here, but then I think personally it's better to do this. So if you take the little bit of card that comes with it, you can thread it. Well, you don't thread it, you just wrap the thread around it. I haven't had any fall off so far, so excuse me, served me well so far. And bobbing away. I've never used one of those winders. Please let me know if they're any good, if you've used them. So yeah, I think that's me today. That's going to be my main goal today until I run out of bobbins. And I don't know, I'm still suffering a bit of burnout. I'm not too sure what projects I want to work on. I think toil is one that keeps popping up in my head, the one where I'm just doing all the black. But I do know I've probably got like 70,000 stitches of just black left to do. I've been trying to just get on with my housework and get things up to date. We are going to have to start decluttering and packing soon. We don't really have a move-in date as such, but on the solicitor's paperwork it did ask us like a preferred move-in date, or not a moving date, but like, what do they call it when you buy a house? Like a completion date. And we were like, well, how do you answer that? Like, when do we want to complete? As soon as possible. Like, as soon as you guys have done your part, we would like the keys so we can move, please. Obviously we do still have to put notice on this place, unfortunately. Luckily that's only 4 weeks, so I don't really know what the plan is. I don't know whether we should just wait until we have got a completion date, but then that could be quite scary in the sense that if we give notice too early, we're not going to have a house to live in. And if we do it too late, we're going to just sort of be stuck here for weeks knowing that we've got a new house. That being said, we can move out at any time, but we'd still have to pay the rent on this place for the 4 weeks, even if we're not here, which, considering we're moving because we're poor, that just seems like a really bad idea. They always not when I do this. Well, not always. Sometimes I get lucky, but quite often they always not. And yeah, so that's my update for today, guys. I will be back with more updates throughout the week, and as I said, I will just sandwich them together. So yeah, I hope you have a nice day. It's so beautiful outside. It's sunshine. I think I'm just going to keep moaning, but I think we've just outgrown this area. I've got no desire to go and visit any of the areas local to me. Like, we live across from like a really massive park, and I've taken my son there like most days for the last 4 years of his life. And don't get me wrong, I do take him other places too, but yeah, it's just, I've grown up in this town and I'm just so sick of seeing the sights now. So I'm so excited to just be exploring the mountains. Right, I cannot untangle this. I'm getting annoyed. Sometimes I just cut it. So yeah, I'm going to carry on like that with colours anyway, and I will catch up with you next time. Hi everyone, so I'm back. I told you I'm going to try and film more content, probably in different areas of my house too. So convenient for me right now is to be rested on my kitchen worktop. So my son has gone out with his granddad. I haven't been away from him in a while and he's just driving me bonkers. So follow on from yesterday, I actually managed, you're not going to be able to see it too well, I've now basically got from 3799 all the way up to 3865 bobbinated. I think there's one missing. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 3, 8, 19. I'm not too sure what colour that is either, but it's either a green or a yellow. It doesn't matter. But really, that's taken up, it's like that much of my box. So I think I've still got a fair few bobbins left, so I might carry on down to the 3 7s at another point, whenever I get the time. So I did use the random wheel generator today to try and pick my cross stitch, and then each time it landed on one I was like, ugh, no, I don't fancy that at all. So what I have come up with is I'm going to work on tag along while my son's out. So I will just open that on the tablet. And Tracy commented on my video and said if I turn the brightness right down to show you guys, view PDF, then it shouldn't have the I'm in front of a window, so it's still going to have the same issues. But yeah, so cute. And my progress so far is this one. I think yesterday I said the marks were from a needle being left in the fabric. That isn't actually the case. It was from a hoop. So if you get a hoop like this, what I've realised, I think it was this hoop as well. Some of them have fixtures that go all the way through. Yeah, and this one unfortunately has rusted onto that. I'm probably going to carry on using this hoop because the mark's already there. But once this project's finished, I won't use this on another one, or I just won't leave this on, or another option would be to paint over it with clear varnish or nail varnish. But I have got a fair few hoops, so I don't think it's really that important. So I'll show you again. The needle minder is from Craftie Emily. I know she's now come away from Etsy, but what I'll do is if I can find her new shop, I will link it below. If I can't, I'll just tag her YouTube, and then maybe you can message her if you want one. I don't know if it's showing too well, but it's kind of, I don't know how you'd describe this, but it's just such a pretty colour in the clay. And then all her needle minders are backed as well, so it's like a dragon eye. Another dragon eye. I've actually got 2 of these. I've got a green one as well. Sorry, I keep walking out of frame. So I will put that back together. But I'm not too sure what I'll be working on today. I don't think there's too many gaps in terms of like what I've been working on to fill in. I think it's pretty solid. So I might just start working on colour completion now. So what I'll do is I will come back maybe later, or maybe in a day or so when I've got a bit more progress on it. Tomorrow I probably won't get any progress because we're driving to Wales to see our house. So randomly we bought the house based on a virtual viewing, so we haven't actually seen it in person yet. We did go up there to look at houses and none of them were suitable, so we've just sort of taken a punt on this one. I'll just tell you my stats for this. So currently I'm at 42.66%. I'm going to try and get to 50%, which is probably quite a lot. I'm not good at maths, so I can't work out the stitches exactly. But I will come back when I'm closer to 50 or at 50. If I last on it that long. I do lose interest in things pretty quickly. And so far I'm at 9,406 stitches out of 22,050. So yeah, let's see how I go along. That's the pattern keeper so far. Till next time, guys. We are off to Wales to see the new house. Hi guys, so disaster struck today. We got as far as Bristol. We'd been driving for over an hour and the estate agents called and said that we couldn't view the house today. We all were absolutely gutted. It's kind of ruined our weekend, to be honest. We spent an absolute fortune on petrol. We basically did a 2-hour round trip for nothing. We went straight home. I don't know, I was so excited to finally see the house and like visualise like our life going into it. And yeah, it just sucks. Absolutely sucks. So in terms of my cross stitch, moving swiftly on, in terms of my cross stitch, I got 500 stitches done yesterday on tag-alongs. I'm not going to show it just yet because I want to get a little bit more done on it and then I will come back to you. But I did go to the library. Sorry, I'm sat here in a very odd position. But I went to the library today and I got 2 books out. I got The Witch and Tide, which sounds very good. So it's set in 1645. I tend to read a lot of books that are more like historical fiction, especially ones that maybe have a bit of a witchy edge to them. And this one, I don't know, it says never judge a book by its cover, but this one caught my eye. And it's about a recluse and a girl that likes walking in Exmoor countryside, and they seem to come together somehow. So yeah, trying to make the most of a negative situation currently, but yeah, I'll update you again soon. Hi everyone, I thought I'd drop back in and give a little bit of an update. I haven't actually done much in the way of cross stitch really. I managed 500 stitches the other day, so I've done some of this blue here and here. I did loads of the purple in her hair up here. What else have I done? I did some more on the beaks. All the pink that's on the cross stitch is what I've put in. I actually colour completed on about 3 colours where it was just like 2 to 4 stitches on each. So yeah, 500 stitches overall. I'm not quite at the 50% mark yet, unfortunately. So I thought maybe I would just stitch here and chat for a while. I've got this one out, which I said in my last video, I don't have much hope for this one coming out as detailed as I'd like it to. So what I tend to do with these ones is I try to pick the most detailed area of the cross stitch and do that first, because that would determine whether I want to carry on with it. So I think in this case the most detailed part would probably be Bilbo, probably. Let's have a look at the picture. I suppose it's not that detailed actually, looking at it. Not really. So I might start with Bilbo. I just know by doing the fun bits around it will probably mean that I don't want to carry on once I've done it. So if I just pick a colour, or I don't know actually now. With printed ones I do quite like to pick the colours down the side. So like number 1 would be orange, and just crack on that way. Might do that. So we can carry on chatting. Let me just set something up. One is purple. Oh, so that must be what I did anyway then, because I started just by doing a few bits of purple. Might as well carry on as I mean to go on. So I hope everyone's okay. We got over the whole cancelling our house visit pretty quick, although it felt like a major disaster at the time. I am going to talk about like being neurodivergent, and I think like my partner's autistic as well. So I think I've read quite often that neurodivergent people can have major meltdowns over things that aren't necessarily the biggest of deals, but are great in major disasters, which very much sounds like me and my partner, to be honest. So yeah, we did get over it pretty quickly. We had a lovely Sunday, to be honest. It got to about 7 in the evening. We had been out during the day, so we went out. Did we go out? We went and did our food shopping during the day, and then my partner's family came round sort of in the afternoon, and I hadn't seen his dad for a while. He's just had a heart bypass, so it was lovely to see him, because you know I've been worried about him. And yeah, so they came round, and then it got to after dinner. We ate really late actually. It got to about 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was such a beautiful, perfect spring's evening that sorry, thread my needle. That we decided to just go out for a lovely walk, because we've got a massive park across the road from us, and it's huge. There's like a forest and everything. I don't think in the 4 years we've lived here we've gone to the park like millions and millions and millions of times, but we've never really gone into the foresty bit and explored it properly. And I mean, even my son this morning said, you know, Mummy, I really loved our walk last night. I think it was just a really healthy thing for us all to do, really. Sorry guys, let me just get started and then I can chat away. So I did touch base on mental health in my last video, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we have been through a particularly hard time, especially with Sid's schooling, but I think I've allowed myself enough sort of wallow time now, and it's just time to realise that some things you do need to do for your own mental well-being, such as exercise, which is something I never ever really do. If I'm honest, I love staying at home as much as possible, but obviously that's not good for my son and it's not good for me. So I think since the weather's got nicer, we have been out every day. What day are we on? Wednesday. Tomorrow I might be a bit more inclined to stay home and focus on like some of the housework and decluttering. Obviously we do need to declutter before we move. And then I know Wednesday my mum's going to come round. So I mean I will still take him out. I'll still take him out to the park or go for a little walk, but I don't think we'll go too far. And then today was really nice because my mum turned up and then we walked about, it was about a 20-minute walk through the park to another little area of my town, and there was a nice community fun day thing on for the kids, and it was all completely free. There was like 3 bouncy castles there, there was an ice cream van. I will put some pictures in as I talk about things. There was like kids archery and Jenga, and not Jenga, there was like Tetris blocks. There was these plastic axe throwing things, so that was quite fun. Unfortunately we wasn't there for too long. However, the same people are throwing the same event on again, but this time it's going to be in the park closest to us, sort of down the road, so we'll go and do that on Thursday. I'm just trying to figure out fun things to go and do that doesn't cost a lot of money as well. And I mean, Reading is quite good for free things for kids during the school holidays. And I think there are a lot of kids in Reading living in poverty as well. So it's nice that we do have these organisations that do take the time to put these things on. I mean, I wouldn't say we're living in poverty, but I certainly don't have enough money to like take him on holiday for the school holidays, unfortunately. I decided to call my doctor this morning, and I actually got another sick note for the week. And then I feel like I have to explain myself, but truthfully, I'm still not feeling 100% right. I still feel quite burnt out, but I feel like maybe a week of doing these mental health walks, taking time to look after myself. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, my mascara's everywhere, but this morning I actually made an effort to style my hair. I mean, it's blown out now, but I gave myself a blow dry this morning. I put some makeup on. I tried to dress nicely, put some nice pattern trousers on. Yeah, so it's all about making the effort, and I do feel like maybe, you know, a week to sort of get my bearings now. I'm not just sleeping during the day and stuff like that is what I needed. And I'm going to try and do it without feeling guilty as well, because the amount of times I've put pressure on myself to just keep going, and that's the entire reason why I'm feeling so burnt out now. I was like, what's that? I forgot I had earrings in. So yeah, that's all I'll say on the mental health matter. But it is nice to chat with everyone. You probably can hear Sydney. He's sat next to me. He's playing Lego Batman. I actually did some gaming myself yesterday, so it's not very often I actually turn on the Xbox and think I'm going to have a go. And if I'm honest, it's not very often Sydney actually allows me to sit there, and usually he thinks it's his when it is my Xbox. I just let him go on it. But my partner and I, we reinstalled Fortnite, and we had a little go on that, only because some of the games we like to play, like we like to play Call of Duty and things like that, is you know, we can't play them with sit around. They're not age appropriate, and even though Fortnite's not age appropriate for him to play, there's nothing on there that's gonna traumatise him to see either, so we went with that. So yeah, my goal for today really is to keep stitching on this on and off. I do need to clean the house. I always put off cleaning the house. Don't get me wrong, my house, most people are like, what are you on about, your house is immaculate, but it's not to the level that I typically like it. And because I have been, I'll just say off recently, I feel like it's dropped below like my typical standard. So, but that being said, with the little one in the house, by the time I've cleaned it again, like say I start in room 1, by the time I get to room 5, room 1's a mess already. And I mean, parents will understand that, or anyone really who lives with someone who's messy. My partner's not the neatest of people. They wouldn't think twice, like no one in my house would think twice about putting things down and not putting them away again, which is why I have massive piles of stuff on my stairs. So yeah, you're all going to have to tell me what you think of the new format of my videos. I think if I wait long periods of time and then just sit here and talk in one go, I either don't have much to say or much to show, and that shows. But doing it this way equally, hi Sid. He always pops up. Doing it this way, I can just sort of talk about what I'm doing on a daily basis without forgetting about it. You my little angel.
Yeah.
I was just talking about our fun day. Don't touch scissors, please.
I'm just giving them to you.
Oh, thank you. Sid literally had the biggest ice cream, didn't you?
Yeah. And I finished it.
You did finish it.
Yeah. It was massive.
I also had a big ice cream.
Then the tallest skyscrapers. Atlas, that tree over there.
It was as big as that tree. I wouldn't go that far. I had a really big ice cream too, but unfortunately, I don't know why I do it to myself. I'm lactose intolerant, so I mean, I've got about 15 minutes from that park, so 5 minutes away from home, and I was like, I need to get home quick. If you know, you know. I don't know why I do it. Each and every time.
I play video games.
You are, I've said
video games.
I've said
video games. Video games.
Right, now go play your video games and leave me alone then. Hi guys, I thought I'd come back and do another update. It's now Wednesday. I've just had my mum round most of today and we tried to sit there and stitch as much as possible. Obviously, Sid doesn't really allow me to do it all that often. So since showing this one, tag-alongs, which is my little mini Hade, I've actually put in around 800 stitches. Is it focused? So what I have done, maybe hide my face, I've done so much of this blue now. I hope you can see a difference. It was so annoying I had to move the hoop because even though this is the bottom, it was cutting off just this tiny little corner. So I did move the hoop. And then now what I'm doing is, because the first 2 rows, or the first two boxes are complete and full, I'm just going down onto the third now, starting to fill in the stitches. So I'm really happy with my progress on this. I'm still not at 50%, unfortunately. I think I'm about 47, if memory serves. So in total this week so far, I've put in 1100, 13, I think closer to 1400 overall. So that's not bad progress, considering I don't get masses of stitching done. And then Sydney decided he wanted my tablet. I was like, oh, I need that for Pattern Keeper. So my mum was like, just give it to him and then pick something else out, because at least then you get to do something. So I picked this one up. As you can see, it's so very nearly done now. And what I've been doing, don't know what the best way is to show it. What I've been doing is I've filled in quite a lot of the brown under here, and also the last of the hedgehog I've started doing. I mean, there is a darker brown that needs to go in there, and that's the hedgehog done. And then for the rest of it, I actually found the greens and the reds to work up really quickly. So I reckon if I cracked on with this, I could probably get it done. Could I get it done before the 8 weeks out? Very possibly. The only thing with this is I do work on it for probably about an hour, and then I've sort of had enough, which is why it's taken me so long. I think this has been going for about 2 years now, but it is lovely. I think the promise of a new house is kind of gearing me on to finish some of these projects. So news on the house. Sorry, a little bit of rustling while I put this back. Some news on the house is that we've rebooked in a viewing. So on Saturday, hopefully we get to see it this time. Any other updates? We've just gone out for a really nice long walk, to be honest. I might have mentioned in my previous videos that I've been trying to get out every day. I've been trying to get dressed every day because I'm terrible. If we're not going anywhere, I will stay in my pyjamas for the most part. And yeah, that's really it from me today. A really quick update. I haven't read any of those books that I got from the library, and I haven't really done any more crafts either. But hopefully I can come back tomorrow and update what I've done this evening. All I really want to work on is this one though. Like now, I could go and stitch because Sid's occupied, but he's on my tablet. But where I'm homeschooling him, I've got quite a few like homeschooling apps on there. So at the moment he's doing, it's called Khan Kids Academy, and they have loads of free lessons on there. Khan Academy actually does a lot of lessons for adults, so if you want to learn something, do go and check that out. Sorry guys, I've got an itchy eye. So yeah, I'll close that there and I'll catch you on the next update. As I closed that last video, I realised that it's been 7 days. So I think what I'll do is I'll say thank you for watching here. This can be my second episode of starting my Flosstube all over again. I want to give a massive thanks to everyone who subscribed to me. My subscribers has jumped massively. I think I've got about 100 new subscribers since that last video, which is fantastic. I've found some new people to watch. One person that rings a bell is Charlie. She's quite a new cross-stitcher, and she's just got such a soothing voice, and she's so enthusiastic about cross-stitching. It makes me want to stitch more. It makes me want to pick it up again. She's helped me get my mojo back a little bit, I think. So thanks for that, Charlie, and welcome to the community. So yeah, I think I'm going to close it here. I haven't got as much done as I wanted to, but I think starting this Flosstube journey all over again has sort of goaded me on to want to do it more, which is lovely. Please do let me know how you feel about this new layout. It might be that there's a little bit too much waffling and not a lot of project showing. So just be honest, because I will go back to the old format if not. And yeah, I will update. What day are we on? I'll try and do it every Wednesday. I'm not promising everything. It might jump to a weekend once I'm back at work. But yeah, bye for now. Much love.